podium. Masia is second.
Yeah, he needed that result.
Yeah, good response, really good response after a back-to-back DNFs. Good ride, there's some great rides through that field. Dennis Onju.
You've got to feel sorry for Dennis Onju though, Matt, because it could have been so much better. And Sasaki.
Where did Sasaki take the checkered flag?
14th.
He did his fastest lap on the last lap. Do you know what? Sasaki's going to feel like there was a real wasted opportunity there. Real wasted opportunity.
Hervé's boys deserve more from that. They were both outstanding today, but that is how the cookie crumbles in Grand Prix racing sometimes. Masia's, or will that be his first podium since that brilliant run in Malaysia at the end of last year?
They've been hard to come by, haven't they, podiums? Just, well, that's just his second in the last 16 races.
Darren Binder, another 4th place, but a brilliant ride from 22nd on the grid. He's not happy because he's been demoted.
Yeah,
finishes 5th in the end. He's fuming at the moment, is Darren Binder. But the thing is, Matt, people are watching. The Moto2 teams, if they're looking for riders, there's some standouts in that.
It was all action, wasn't it? From everybody in that field. It was just an insane race. That's why we love motorcycle racing at the highest level. The Moto3 boys have whipped up a proper storm here. That was incredible. And what a last lap by Arenas. I must admit, coming through sector 3, that Masia got him covered, but he found some serious speed in those 2 left-handers, and then the right through turn 8 got him close enough to attack right at the end. Brilliant performance.
And last year's Grand Prix race winner here in Austria in Moto3, Romano Fenati, comes across the line 2.9 seconds behind.
Not even the points.
In 19th. 18th.
Sasaki was only 2.5 seconds back, wasn't he, of the race winner. Cruel for him, but of course if he's been exceeding the track limit, they are the rules.
So many riders got track limits warnings, I can see on our screens.
It's definitely in the top 10 of the closest top 15s we've ever had in Moto3 World Championship history, or in lightweight World Championship history. No doubt about that.
Just see in the background there our good friend Stan and Hiroshi Oyama having a word with Erta. I don't think they're too happy about Ayagura's penalty. The question you've got to ask about these long lap penalties, Matt, is
do you know what?
There's a change.
On the onboard from McPhee's bike, I saw Vietti run wide. Vietti was clearly exceeding the track limit.
So
that's why I was surprised.
So McPhee's back onto the podium. He doesn't even know yet.
When you were looking at that shot, back from forward from McPhee to Vietti was clearly wide. That's what I thought straight away. I thought, well, hang on a minute, how can you be penalising Agura and Binder?
The other thing is, look, he's just found out.
That John McPhee's just pointing at the screen going, hang on a minute, chaps, I'm in 3rd place now, what's going on? Better get yourself off your seat, John, down to Parc Ferme. Crew Chief Mark Woodidge, I think he's just said, hang on a minute, let's just calm down, let's just wait to see what's going on here.
One of the arguments we have here as well is, what happens if you
6 over the line? Nobody at the moment has been able to tell Celestino Vietti what is going on. There's a bit of confusion at the moment about our Parc Ferme celebrations. What is not in doubt is Albert Arenas and Jaume Masia are our 1-2. But at the moment, Celestino Vietti, he won't have to worry about breaking the Prosecco bottle because he's not in the top 3. And he's not going to be able to have any argument against it because it was clear that he did run wide. John McPhee at the moment then, still inside the Petronas Sprinter Racing Garage. They're absolutely smack bang opposite our commentary position here. Here is the man in 2nd place though, Jaume Masia. Good to see him back on the podium with Simon.
Jaume, I'll never forget your wild card ride here a few years ago. It was amazing. You're amazing again today. How does 2nd feel?
Well, it feels so good. A really good podium after a lot of time without. Also that bad feeling after the race of Qatar and many crashes, so it's really important to be here at the time and with a good feeling we were looking for. So I want to race again and to recover this feeling more times.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah, good to see Jaume Masia back, first podium since the Malaysian Grand Prix when he came from a pit lane start. He was inside that elite group, wasn't he, for quite a long time. Now there's more penalties coming for a couple of other riders in this pack. Nicolo Antonelli He's got a long position penalty. Hard to keep track on what's exactly going on here. Still no sign of John McPhee emerging from the Petronas Sprinter Racing Garage. They've broken the bad news, though, sadly, to Celestino Vietti. And here comes McPhee then, somewhat surprisingly, to Parc Ferme. There will not be many times in Grand Prix history where the man who's taken the checkered flag in 6th place is going to be bumped up to 3rd. But all the late drama involving Agura, Binder and Vietti means McPhee, and that could be crucial for the championship. Arenas thought he'd taken a huge chunk of points out of the Scotsman, but not so. This one's going to go on for a couple of hours more. Razlan Razli and Johan Stigefeld, well, they're mighty, mighty relieved. Not the podium in the circumstances they would have wanted, but they'll definitely take it in terms of the championship. Here's your race winner, though. A brilliant last lap from this man, Albert Arenas. He's with Simon in Parc Ferme.
Albert, that was a crazy gloves-off race all the way back to 20th, and somehow you managed to stay in the front group and out of trouble and make that last few corners look easy to get to the front. How?
Not easy, but man, I really enjoyed that last lap because during the race it was hard. You know, many touches with the Tectra guys. They were in front. Really happy how I managed the race. I had no expectations during the race. You know, I was just trying to defend my position and try to be comfortable. I made some limit corners, but anyway, it was worth it, and that last lap, man, was incredible. Really happy about how the foot is going on. Only the first laps in the morning I have little pain, but once I get used to, then it's much better. The Clinica guys 3 times a day, they are helping me to be this fit, so I really have to appreciate them, and really happy for me, for the team, for KTM, Austria, you know. Really happy.
Great job, Albert.
Yes.
Yeah, thanks, Simon. Yeah, great job. As he said, he's spending almost as much time in the medical centres right now recovering from that Jerez crash as he is on circuit. But when he's on circuit, he's producing some devastating performances right now, Albert Arenas. Fantastic victory by less than half a tenth from Jaume Masia, Jorge Martinez Aspar and Gino Borsoy. They're celebrating in that pit box, and why not? The Aspar team are in complete control now of this Moto3 World Championship in 2020. And we're going to speak to a man who did not expect to find himself in Parc Ferme with Simon Crafar very, very shortly. John McPhee, crucial for his championship, of course. Came over the line 6th, but he's in 3rd place. Over to you, Simon.
John, that looked like a crazy race, not easy to stay out of trouble. You got bumped back a few times, were coming back at the end, and did the race go to plan for you?
I would say it went to plan. It was obviously delighted to be here in Parc Ferme. Not the way you want to end up in Parc Ferme, but we'll take it for sure. Yeah, the race was tough. I felt like my pace was one of the strongest out there in the group. I was able to pass people with ease in most corners, which was nice. It's not normally that easy in Moto3 to do that, but we struggle a lot for straight line speed compared to some of the others. Every time I was on the straight, I'd either lose the slipstream or get passed by someone else. So something we need to try and improve if possible for the next one. But massive thank you to the team, because the bike was working so well, the chassis was working good, and we were able to put up a fight. So yeah, looking forward to next weekend. Now we have all this data, and we'll enjoy this podium.
Congratulations, John.
Yeah, congratulations to John. As he said, he'll take that no matter how it comes, and he needs it as well.
With the last lap by Albert Arenas, because he was brilliant to pick off Vietti and Binder at turn 3.
This is where McPhee hit the back wheel of Celestino Vietti. Boom. And that could have been catastrophic.
That was just one of how many moments of contact did we see? I don't know about the Red Bull ring. It was like a boxing ring out there at times.
There are still penalties coming through. Alonso Lopez has just been given a 3-second penalty.
Jeremy Alcoba's got yet another penalty on the last lap. How many times have we seen him have problems? Now, that was crucial in the championship, because John McPhee recovered points he didn't expect to there. Still a very healthy and comfortable advantage for Arenas of 28 points. Costly for Agura. Of course, he was in the podium in Qatar, as we mentioned, after Jaume Masia's late penalty. But there's going to be quite a lot of discussion about that one. The rules are the rules. Does the punishment fit the crime? I mean, how far was Agura wide on that last corner? I mean, inches in it, but they are the rules for those last laps. You cannot exceed the track limit. Podium celebrations then are about to get underway here in Austria. And Dorna Sprinter Racing, well, it's been an up and down day in many respects. Unfortunately, no Caroline Power in that Grand Prix as he's dogged again by more problems with that little finger on his right hand. It's been an excellent 7 days in many respects for the Leopard Honda team. A breakthrough first victory last time out for Dennis Foggia in Brno. Although Foggia was unable to repeat his brilliance of the Czech Republic. In fact, he didn't even score any points today, Foggia. Not at the races, or not at the race, 21st. So he's been brought crashing back down to earth with a fairly big bump. But Albert Arenas is the man who's taken the glory here. In a full dry race, when we first arrived in Austria, we were expecting torrential rain to really hinder and hamper this race day action. It may well still come later on. Of course, it does change very quickly here in the Styria Mountains. So, our colleague Fran Wild about to announce the podium celebrations here at the Red Bull Ring. What a race that was. We're just still about caught our breath here in the commentary box. Stunning last lap by Albert Arenas, probably one of the best laps he's ever delivered in his Grand Prix career, and the reward, well, it's huge. Another 25 points, his 8th podium finish in the World Championship. John McPhee then comes to the podium for a surprise 3rd place. Nobody looked more shocked and stunned than McPhee, did they, after it was announced that Igura, Binder and Vietti had been demoted 1 place. Massey then on to the 2nd place position. But here is the man who's doing the business so often in Moto3 in 2020. Albert Arenas is your race winner here in Spielberg. And significantly, he extends his World Championship lead to John McPhee to a pretty commanding 28 points. Before we get to do it all over again here, of course, back at the Red Bull Ring in Austria in just a few days' time. The winning Constructor Prize handed over by Gustav Auinger. Part of the Service TV operation now here in Austria. Former 125cc winner back in the 1980s. 3rd place trophy then goes to John McPhee. Jan Stobicek, the FIM representative, hands over the trophy to the 26-year-old Scot. His 13th podium in his Grand Prix career. None have probably come in more bizarre circumstance, having taken the checkered flag in 6. Austrian motorsport legend, a name familiar to many of you back at home. Andy Metclau will hand over the 2nd place trophy to 19-year-old Spaniard Jaume Masia. 5th podium for him, just the 2nd in the last 16 after Sepang. But here is your World Championship leader. It will be Albert Arenas getting the race-winning prize. The number 75 then. It's his 6th Grand Prix victory, his 8th podium. Podiums now in 7 of the last 10 for Arenas, and we'll hear the Spanish national anthem ring out over the Styria Mountains.
Is it a bird? Is it a plane? No, it's Albert Arenas. Superman does it again for the 3rd time this season, victorious atop the top step of the podium, and you can tell how much that victory meant to him as he extends his championship lead. What another crazy race in Moto3. The lightweight class never disappoints, although Celestino Vietti's looking pretty disappointed because he was told to go to Parc Ferme. He should have been up there right now, only to then be demoted alongside a number of others, which saw John McPhee finally take to 3rd spot, despite finishing the race in 6th. Jaume Masia was there in 2nd, but Matteo Guadagnoni, what a